What's going on, YouTube? How's everyone doing? I hope everyone's doing great as usual. Excuse me, guys. Thank you so much again for all your love and support, guys. It's been pretty amazing. Sorry it took a while to get back to you on this video. I wanted to actually move the LG G5 more to the left, which is really the center of my media space. I know it doesn't look like it now, but if you had three TVs across, you would see what I mean. And I also had to move my entertainment stand. I think usually whoever's used to my videos, you're used to seeing an entertainment stand with the fireplace in the middle. I had to move that because I noticed since the the G3, which was also an 83 inch, ever since I put the 83 inch on that stand, it actually kind of like warped the middle of my entertainment center in the middle. So I made sure not to do that this time because I have another 83 inch here, and they are definitely not light. They are heavy, and they're made extremely well. The G4s, the G5s, the G3s, and but when you go up to an 83 inch, they're a little bit extra heavy, and I didn't want my brand new TV out of nowhere to, let's say, come home from work or something, and all of a sudden I see it on the ground because it snapped the entertainment stand and broke it, or in the middle of the night hearing a crash or something. So I put it on these other TV stands that I bought from PC Richards that have more of like the metal legs, more solid wood, and you can kind of connect more together to make like one long entertainment stand if you wanted to keep connecting more. And they are very solid, and I like how the stands are metal as well. So that's why it took so long. I mean, that process takes forever, guys. You have to unwire everything, rewire. I mean, I literally spent, I think, like one Sunday morning, and it took probably like from Sunday morning to like 7 o'clock at night, just because I wanted to get everything nice and right, set everything up, audio. I wanted to just get it all done in one day so I don't have to keep going back and fixing things little by little. I had to move a lot of stuff around, clean the area before I moved it back, dust, rewire the lighting and things like that. So it definitely took a little bit longer than I anticipated. So thank you for your patience. But here we go, guys. As you can see, man, this LG G5, you can obviously tell, being that it's the larger screen, is the 86 inch. I do have the Samsung S90D to the right. And I gotta tell you guys, man, it is the G5 is a treat. Like, the flexibility that this TV has is pretty amazing. Let me just cancel that out. Sorry. And I have to also say that once you start, like right now, I'm still in the beginning stages of really learning the TVs, the different presets in gaming. If you guys already know me, you know that that's my primary use case is gaming, particularly HDR 4K gaming. That's what I usually do. And I gotta tell you guys, man, there's been some improvements that I really enjoy about the G4. I'm sorry, the G5 over the G4 that I've just always kind of like hoped were made. And not, I don't really think obviously that, like, I'm a huge YouTuber and LG's listening to me or anything like that, but I gotta give props when props is due. And I don't know if like LG has heard this time and time over again or something like that, or they just noticed it themselves. But their dynamic tone mapping is really nice for gaming. So like, you guys know, I'm really not that much of like a reference or an accurate person. I do like my TVs to represent what I want them to look like and how I customize them. and I'm really big on like specular highlights. I'm really big on fine details. I think that with a TV that is able to process the fine details better, I feel like it just brings more life to the image. And I do think that once you kind of boot these TVs up and kind of boost them uh, with dynamic tone mapping on, and then you start to kind of like fine tune from there what you want your image to look like, where you can change your black levels, your white levels, you can fine tune your dark levels, you can fine tune everything on these TVs, but really to the T. Um, the LG G5 is definitely something that is just like a joy. Like you didn't actually like you expected improvements, but you didn't. I didn't personally expect the improvements that it has to be that much of a difference. And I think it's mostly because obviously it has more headroom to be able to do that, but it is definitely a joy. So like, I am in my own personal user settings right now, so like I just want to show you. I'm not going to obviously go through all my settings or anything like that. I just want to really just show you what the presets look like. So we'll go to obviously game optimizer. We'll wait for that. And then we're going to go to game genre. And then as you can see, I'm under my own user settings right there. And then since I'm playing an RPG game, I'll pop it up to RPG. You can kind of tell the difference. So um, of what their LG's preset is compared to my own personal settings. Now, even in RPG, what I do like about RPG and what I'm trying to just like figure out how to like manage on my own is to be able to kind of get that kind of brightness that's an RPG without really washing out some of the background. I haven't quite figured that out yet, because what happens is when I kind of fine tune so the backgrounds are more clear, uh, it also kind of like darkens the overall image, which is what I'm kind of working on right now. So like, as you guys know here, I'll go to my user settings. So like right now, as you can tell, like I really cleared up the background, which I really was something that's important to me. I like clarity throughout my entire picture, but as you can see, it definitely sacrificed a lot of brightness. Um, so I was able to maintain like fine details and stuff, where I still get a lot of 3D pop. I still got good, somewhat good reflections here with the LG G5, but I don't have that like pop to it, that like wow factor, like the out the box wow factor, like it was an RPG. So I am gonna kind of figure that out on my own to really get the best of both worlds, or a happy medium. But I'm still kind of happy with the image right now because it's still brighter, as you can tell, compared to the S90D. It's still brighter. It still has a very realistic, natural look, but still colorful at the same time. So, and the water in the river, as you can see, just has this beautiful flow to it, which obviously I don't have anything to do with that. That's all LG's processing and how amazing they can make a picture look with the G5. Don't get me wrong, the S90D is definitely no slouch, but you can still kind of tell like there's more fine details in like the rock areas versus the rock areas on the S90D. And that's just one thing that I personally think, even though QD OLED is technically a better technology because of how vibrant the colors can get, um, it's not really the best in other aspects compared to like an LG or even a Sony, because they are able to pull a lot more detail out of an image over Samsung. And Samsung is improving that. Don't get me wrong, like Samsung has gotten better, but they don't have the type of processing power an LG or a Sony has, and I think that's pretty evident in many many ways. So like, you know, I've seen the S95F next to an LG G5, and although the color brightness is better on the S95F, when you actually like really concentrate on the image, um, the motion resolution, the reflections that off of the water, the moonlight, the details in the moonlight, and things like that. Like, there are a lot of things that LG just has uh, a way of bringing out and making it feel more lifelike. Like, it just, I don't know, man. It's really hard to explain. Like, I've had LG since like 2017, and I've kind of seen the progression throughout the years with the brand. And although when QD OLED came out, it blew everyone away, including me. I mean, we were all like wowed by the color. If you like sit back and just take your time and just kind of concentrate on the image, yeah, of course. They're both going to be top notch, and you're going to be splitting hairs, but it's not all always QD OLED, QD OLED, QD OLED. Like, I do, because I own these TVs and I use them every day. Like, I do notice where the LG is better, even though it's an older technology. And it has mostly to do with like native processing capability, like how much processing power the LG has over Samsung. It at least on their 4K TVs, on their QD OLEDs, and the G series, at least that. Really just speaking those models, but yeah, I mean that's pretty much it. I'll move around a little bit. As you can see, it's like raining, guys. We're gonna just kind of. I haven't even really played this game that much, but as you can tell, I'm like still in the beginning of the game. Um, but like, yeah, just to like show you up here, um, the sky right now, since it's gray, and as you can see, like, even though it's, I have set it in its own user preset settings, and it's not as bright as the RPG preset setting. I You can still see it is still brighter than the S90D, and I know I'm not comparing apples to apples here, guys. I'm literally just using it for reference, but even in its lower bright or lower brightness than it was in RPG, it's still brighter. So it's not like the end of the world. Like, I know I'm not losing that much brightness, but I am still trying to figure out how I can get even more brightness, but really be able to control my dark levels better without crushing the blacks and still keeping shadow details and highlight details as well. That's another thing that's important to me. I feel like with dynamic tone mapping on in the LG, I feel like it, even though it may not be like accurate, it still gives you more of that wow, that pop, that lifelike feel when you're playing a video game. And I can tell you guys with full certainty that um, if you ever remember the reactions that people have gotten when they first saw, let's say, the S95B QD OLED technology, and everyone was just like, holy crap, like this is like next big thing. Um, it's not like, it's not exactly that vibe on the LG G5, but it's definitely one of those things where you're like, I've never seen a W OLED this beautiful before in my life. I mean, I'm talking like, dude, the like everything, like from the way the grass moves on the ground to the way the clouds look and how like puffy they look in the sky to um you know, details on in the hair, in the face, in the skin tones and things like that. Like, it definitely took it to a different level as far as that goes. And I do feel like behind the scenes that there is a race for that type of technology. And I got to tell you guys, man, I'm extremely excited. I'm extremely happy, and I like the process of learning the TV and kind of like really fine tuning it little by little. You know what I mean? Like you really, if you own these TVs, just take your time, guys. Don't rush into it. Don't use each preset that's already designed out the box. Um, you know, go to your white balance and learn how you want your TV to look. There is no set rule of how you should have your TV. It's just that simple. There is no saying, this is the only way that you should, you know, have your TV looking. Because at the end of the day, guys, when you pay this much money, and you have a personal preference of what you want your TV to look, don't let others just dictate of what your TV should look like. Learn your TV, because you spent your money on it. You should know your TV better, according to what your personal preference is, your personal primary use cases. There's so many different reasons why you want an image to look a certain way, um, depending on what your use case is. So, but yeah, that's all I really wanted to basically say, guys. I'm still learning the TV. I'm still, you know, going through the paces, going through the actions, but I don't know what else to say, guys. The level of color that the LG G5 can get to has definitely been um, a, an improvement. And what I mean by that, an improvement, I mean like it's to the point right now where, like, even though it's not a QD OLED, you don't notice the difference as much. And that was a big task for LG to pull off in its first year of this technology. So I feel like it's only going to get better. It's only going to improve. I think maybe down the road they're going to find a way to either just completely get rid of the white subpixel and continue with this four stack technology, and you know make it more competitive than it already is. Or who knows, maybe they might just go a completely different direction, and this is just going to be another 2 year 3 year thing, where they're going to get rid of it, kind of like the way they did with MLA, and come up with something completely different and way more competitive, or even better than QD OLED. So you never know. But for what we have now, guys, I gotta say it is definitely a dreamy TV. It's definitely um, a big step up in certain aspects. I think the brightness is really the biggest thing. The color is probably, to me, the second biggest thing that I noticed the most. Um, Definitely the fine details, definitely the processing with all that. And, you know, the only thing I can tell you guys is, when you do get this TV, or if you do, I should say, go to your game optimizer. Um, and then you're going to see, obviously, go to your game genres and kind of just go through them. Um, and it will give you ideas of what you want your TV to look like. It will definitely help. Sorry, let me just bring this down. It'll definitely help. It will definitely. I mean, it just really helps give you guys an idea of what you want your picture to look like. Sorry, let me go back up. Um, Let me go to my user settings, and then you're going to be able to do a lot of fine tuning. Again, optimizer. Sorry, it takes a little bit. That's one kind of little gripe I have with LGs. They kind of take an extra second, and then just change. Like, like even this right here, for my personal user settings, like I did like the slightest little thing, and just went from game black level 50 to just one down 49, and I saw a difference that I liked a lot better as far as like clarity and backgrounds go and things like that. Personal. I noticed going from sharpness 10 to 20 that it really brought the strands of grass together, and I saw the air moving the grass around a little bit better. I saw certain details that improved with the weapons being used in this game, including God of War. Just on sharpness 20, I didn't bring it up any higher than that. I'm really just trying to get ideas first. And once I get used to that image, I want to make sure I see what I want to see as what needs to be improved, and then take it a notch from there. Because if I go too high or too low, I'm not really, I want to pace myself and inch myself a little bit more and more each way. Like right now, I have white stabilizer on 6. There was a time when I was going through um, a path in a mission in this game, and everything in the background looked washed out. So I brought white stabilizer down, and finally I was able to see like the backgrounds, white areas like the water and the waterfalls being a little bit more clear and things like that. I'm still working on it, so it's not as tight as what I want it to be. I wish I had more time to do it and finish, but again, I still like taking my time anyways. I do have black stabilizer on 9. I did have it on 8. I do pretty much keep it on 8 or 9 in RPG. And I know a lot of people say if you have black stabilizer on one number, you should also have white stabilizer equally on the other. But I don't know. It sometimes just never worked for me. So I never really liked the way it actually looked. I feel like I got more clarity by bringing the whites more down, and then bringing the black levels to around 8 or 9. And I feel like I did get more shadow detail there, without really crushing or without really making uh, black levels too bright. And not crushing at the same time. Again, I'm still learning, but game contrast I did keep at 66, and that's where I feel like to me there's a little bit of an issue with contrast, because the more you bring contrast up, as you can see, the brighter it does get, but it also loses like depth. So I feel like 66 um, was kind of where I liked to be at right there. Um, and yeah, I can bring it down even more, as you can see, but it's still, for some reason, I feel like there's an issue with it. Also, kind of in the background, bringing a little bit of brightness down at the same time. So I just kind of stopped at 66, and I said, let me just hold it for here for a second, to at least figure out, kind of like where I'm going to be at in the future. I want to get used to the way this looks like right here, and then go from there again and see if I can make small improvements, things like that. But yeah, so I haven't really finished completely, guys. So, but I do want to just tell you guys, it is just a pleasure. These TVs right here, both of them, and the LG G5, being that it's new to me, I'm still obviously learning, and I got to tell you guys, it is. I love it. I mean, I just absolutely love the TV. Everything about it. I mean, even the sound is nice out of the TV. The whole entire build quality of the TV, like, is nice. The back of the TV feels like it's made of like metal, or really, really high quality plastic that I've never felt before ever on any TV. So I don't even know if it's metal or not, to be honest with you. I've had how many G series in a row, and they're all the same. And yeah, I think the back is made of metal, but on the G5, and um, obviously, you know, it has a finish around the trim there that's silver that people can not like. I've had the G series for so long right now that I don't even think about it. It's not any color when when the lights are off, so it doesn't even matter. And but again, that's all I really wanted to talk about at the moment, guys. So I will come back with another video. I do thank you and appreciate all you guys for you know, just being there for me and watching my videos, just listening to me, you know, talk and BS about TVs and stuff that we all kind of just like. So thanks for all your support, guys. I will certainly make more videos. I'm going to fine tune the TVs a little bit more. So give me some time there. And yeah, I'm excited, and we will reconvene again. Thanks so much, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.